Today was my birthday, so obviously I don't really have time to make a full-fledged video like I planned to today, but I still want to cover a couple things because obviously today was a very generational day, and you can see it because I'm literally on the demon list right now. It's a big change. Amethyst was raised to number 3. Now it is placed above Flamewall, and I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of debate on this. However, I have seen that a bunch of people have been saying that Amethyst needs to be raised, and the fact that we don't even have a victor of Amethyst yet kind of proves that. I mean, Flamewall is a very, very hard level, but I guess you can make the case that, you know, it's very lenient with its gameplay, it's way more accessible, which naturally is going to make Amethyst a lot harder to approach. But obviously, I can't really comment on this, because I am nowhere near the skill to beat Amethyst or beat Flamewall, and unless you're like Zoink or a couple other people watching this video, then you also can't really give that much of an opinion. I mean, yes, we now have frame window stuff, which gives us a better idea of how we can perceive levels' difficulty. However, you can't really use it to compare something like Amethyst, which is really focused on condensed difficulty. Even with the length of Amethyst, there are some parts that are way harder than others, so obviously they're going to be very condensed with hard timings, and you're comparing it to Flamewall, which is a Super XXL level, ridiculously long. It just isn't a fair comparison. But I mean, we have got a victor that's not just Zoink Trick or Pop Off for this level, and we saw Laser get 74 as well. And in terms of Amethyst, we've really seen nothing. Obviously, we saw Servax, but I mean, we know what happened there, and then we've seen Cross, but Cross isn't going to be able to give a good opinion because he's doing a massive, incredible jump. So yeah, I just wanted to comment on that one because that is pretty crazy to see. And we also saw Make Paul Dance get placed today, which ended up being a main list. It was kind of, you know, on the edge. We didn't know if it would be main list or not, but it is. It's 74. This is a level that people have wanted to get a rate for a while, and it finally did. It is an all-spider level, and it has pretty interesting gameplay. But more importantly, I mean, the decoration, you can see the background has someone. I don't really have too much to say on this level. I do want to try it out. I feel like this one might be a bit more fun than some of the other levels that we've had recently on the list. It's a very experimental level, and yeah, I don't really have too much more to say here because I just haven't played it. I can't give an opinion on much. This was verified by Airy or AirCloud, and yeah, congrats on having your verification rated and placed. And then Bleeyod also was able to get 37 to 92 on Cognitohazard. This is a player we've covered a couple times based off of the Cognitohazard progress. If you remember 2 months ago, Bleeyod got 54%, being, from what I know, still the world record from 0 that isn't WizKid's verification. This run is definitely more impressive now, considering that, you know, it got placed relatively high. Obviously, WizKid didn't really know what to give this. He didn't really have an opinion because it was built towards his skill set. This was built to be unplayable. However, you know, now it's placed at, what is it, 35 now? So this is very, very, very impressive. And also the fact that Bleeyod's like very, very unknown, and he's the only one that's really pushing through with this. He was battling for world records at the start, but I'm pretty sure now he's the only one that's committed to playing this level. Maybe we'll see more now that, you know, the level's actually placed on the list, but considering levels like Maniacal Chains, you know, barely have any victors, despite being on for a while, I don't really know if that's going to be the case. And also, quickly, one last thing, we also saw Chica, a top player going for Eternal Silence, get 4 to 100% on the level. I'm pretty sure that is definitely the new best to 100, and unlike No Name's very impressive run to 100, this one was recorded. Now, this is like happening in the moment, and I don't really have time to cover this fully, but you can see here that I have had permission to talk about this. And yeah, I was about to edit this video, and then I saw it pop up, so I want to mention it. I will go over it in more detail in the next video, or whenever this is public on Chica's account. I keep being given work, I swear, every time I'm about to finish this video, something else is happening. So also, as I literally just finished editing the video and I was about to post it, we just saw a new best on Thinking Space 2 by Dovin. You know this guy, he is for the past couple months been the most prominent upcoming player in the game, demolishing some levels, being the first victor of Orbit, and he's recently been going for Thinking Space 2. He has been consistently, every couple days, been getting a new best, and he just hit his next new best at 89%. I feel like 89% past that is the point where maybe he can fluke a completion. Obviously, we know the second half is by far the hardest part, but 89 is a lot of the gameplay. He just has a couple more to go here, and he's done the level. So I wish him the best of luck. I couldn't cover it for too long here because, again, last minute edition, but yeah, this was crazy. But that is going to be all for today. Thank yous for watching. Hope you learned something that you didn't already know. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed, and peace.